Hello, Maurits here. In this video we should look at something called the standard normal distribution, and that is the distribution where the average is 0 and the standard deviation is equal to 1. In other words, the variance is also equal to 1, so we can say that that would be a normal distribution 0, 1. Remember, this first number means the average and the second number means the variance, and normally this variable is written with capital Z. So if we would draw a graph of this, it will be 0 in the middle, and then we have 1 standard deviation and -1 standard deviation like this, so we get this bell-shaped curve. We can turn any normal distribution to this. So I think this is here is to show an example. Say we have a distribution with an average of 100 and a standard deviation of 10. So it will look something like this, right? We have a curve like this. We have 100 in the middle, 1 standard deviation away, 110, and 90 there, right? So that will be the general shape of this. So suppose I take just any point, any value, and I will take that value and I will subtract my average. So I will subtract 100. In other words, I'll take my value minus the average. So that turns 100 to 0. It will turn 90 to -10, and it will turn 110 to 10. So we basically have shifted the graph. So we have now 0 there, we have 10 there, and -10 there. So now we have made the first part of the transformation by shifting this. And secondly, imagine that we take our value we just calculated, x minus 100, or x minus the average, and divide that by the standard deviation. So that will turn 10 to 1, right? Because x, you have 110 minus 100 divided by 10 will give you 1. So, and the same thing goes with the negative side. It will turn that to -1. So now the graph will look something like this, right? 0, 1, and -1. We have turned our normal distribution to standard normal distribution, and we said we'd usually write the Z for this. Z equals to x minus mu divided by sigma. So that is the way to turn one to the other. Okay, let's try some calculation on this. We start with our first random variable. Let's say that the first one is this one. And with 100 average, and since standard deviation is 10, variance will be 10 squared 100. So we start with this one. What is the probability that x is larger than 110? So we can go into our calculator, we go to stat, we'd go to distribution, normal, cumulative, we enter the lower value of 110, an upper value, something very big, standard deviation of 10, and an average of 100. And we do a calculation here and see that the probability of this is 15.9%. But 110, if we do this calculation to make the standard normal distribution, was 1, right? 110 minus, so we look at this line here, right? 110 minus 100 is 10, divided by 10 is 1. So that should be the same as the probability that Z is larger than 1. And let's try that. So I now go in here, and my lower value is 1. The upper value is something very big. Our standard deviation is 1. Our average is 0. We calculate, we get exactly the same percentage. So we can see that this calculation works with both of them, 15.9% in all calculations, if you do this transformation, you will get the same result. So what's the purpose of this? That is something we should look at the next video. Thank you.